good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. I'm Steve Cox, your host, and my guest tonight's Mike Cox. And Mike, good to have you.
Good to be here again.
All right, that's great. Glad to have you over here and be with me. You did forget a couple of things, but I'm not going to mention. All right, before we get started, folks, listen, there's some good announcements coming your way tonight on tonight's show. I've got some sales going on at Edgemore Outdoors, Bunch Marine, this Reynolds Racing. All those people have some specials going on here for Christmas. Some good announcements to make. The East Tennessee Fishing Show in January, got some footage on that. The dates and admission and all that kind of stuff coming up. So we got some good things going on tonight. The only bad thing about it is Mike didn't catch any fish this weekend.
That's right. Muddy water.
Muddy water. He said that was the reason why. Mike and I went down to Caney Creek Sunday about 1 o'clock, and we only wound up with 9 keeper crappie, Mike, and you'd been getting 22 and 23.
Yeah. Pretty slow in that dingy water. I think it couldn't see the minnow.
Couldn't see the minnow. Well, I do know this: the bite was real slow, and it was a finesse bite. We'll wait till we show the film there and then comment on that afterwards and that kind of thing. Right off the get-go, talked to the sponsors this week. They wanted me to convey it to you all to have a safe and happy holidays, and they appreciate your business and that kind of thing. So we've done that. I want to say hello to Dad and Polly and Bill and Paul Harrison. Hope you're getting along great with that messed up wrist. So we're going to get right into the one of these advertisements from Edgemore Outdoors, and Jim's got the he's got some good sales going on, folks. So if you're interested in getting some fishing stuff or archery, whatever it might be, there be a good thing to kind of listen up. He's got some discount prices and that kind of thing. So Herschel, go ahead and show that, would you? Hey folks, I'm here behind the camera at Edgemore Outdoors, and I've got the camera focused on a bunch of Lew's reels. Jim's got so many you can't get them all in the reel case, but he's got a special sale going on here between now and Christmas on several things, and I'll be running over that list right here just in a second. Hey folks, I'm here, as you saw a while ago, I'm here at Edgemore Outdoors, and you know, Jim's got some specials here he wants to talk about on next week's show before Christmas, and one of them's the Lew's reels. All Lew's reels, spinner and bait casters, are 10% off. Now, if you want 15% off on the tournament series, all you got to do, bait casters, is mention the Let's Go Fishing Show, and to get the 15% off on those reels. And like you saw there earlier on the tape, he's got so many, can't get them in the cabinet. 20% off on all the pure poison baits, jigs, whatever they got in the pure poison bait line. He's got 20% off, and he also has an assortment of shaky head jigs and miscellaneous jigs, and they're 20% off. So that's a great thing. And Jim's also got some air rifles and that kind of stuff. You know, for you hunters, kids, if you're wanting to get your kids started in archery and with air rifles or anything like that, come by here, see Jim, and he's got all kinds of fishing stuff, folks. For the trout fishermen, the cat fishermen, the bass fishermen, the crappie fishermen, the muskie fishermen. you know, live bait, the artificial bait for all those. So get by here at Edgemore Outdoors before Christmas. See Jim. Don't forget to mention the Let's Go Fishing show and get you something.
We'll match ads.
Okay, folks. Just got another heads up from Jim. He'll match ads with any competitor. So, you know, and if you're on the point system over here that he's got, you're earning reward points for every purchase you make. And, you know, you come in here, you make enough purchases, you come in here, you may get you a free reel. So, or rod, or whatever you might want. So, like I said, between now and Christmas, get over here and visit with Jim. Guarantee you'll find what you're looking for. And remember the Let's Go Fishing show. Thank you. Perfect.
All right, folks, there you go. One other thing I'll mention about over at Edgemore, several guys I'm working with, all been looking for 22 long rifle shells, and they've been everywhere, and except for where I told them to go, and so anyway, I called, and Jim's got 22 long rifle shells. So if you people are looking for those and having a hard time finding them, you might give him a call. But he's got them. There's 4 of those guys I work with. One guy lives there close. He went by and picked up some for 3 people, and then the other guy drove up there Monday afternoon and got him some. He bought his son a 22 rifle for Christmas and didn't have no shells, Mike.
Yeah, bad news there.
Yeah, it's bad news. So anyway, Jim's got the 22 shells, and also we forgot to mention in that, or didn't mention, was all the high school bass club members get 10% off. Mentioning Let's Go Fishing show up there, and that was something that we talked about after I cut the camera off, or I think maybe Jim called me, and after I left, and so I wrote that down. So all those things you saw there, those discount prices, Mike, he's got that going on.
Great deals on that stuff.
Good, he got some good deals, and you heard me say he'd match the prices with any of these competitors.
Yeah.
And Jim's got a lot of good stuff up there, you know, for fishing and archery and that kind of thing. So the only thing he don't have that I've seen is he doesn't sell guns, but he's got ammo and everything for them. So, you know, go by there and see Jim, especially here before Christmas, and get that special gift. And don't forget, you know, we mentioned the sunglasses a couple of weeks ago on the show. And he had those discounted. I don't know if he still got it or not, but be worthwhile checking into. All right, Mike. We're going to show your crappie film.
Yeah.
What little bit they are of it.
A little bit.
I could have got all kinds of film if I'd have just let the camera run, but I wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it wouldn't have showed any fishing.
You should have filmed them 2 eagles at least.
Yeah, I should have got them 2 eagles. We swore we saw 2 eagles down there Sunday afternoon, and I didn't get the camera up. I just admired them. Yeah, that's you know what they were, and wished I'd have got them on camera. We'd probably been better off than trying to film them crappie, Mike.
That's for sure.
So anyway, we're going to let Herschel show that crappie film, and then we'll have a few comments on that, and Mike can tell us why we didn't catch them. Herschel and down here at Caney Creek, I'm with Mike, and we're going out here and crappie fish a little bit, see if we can find some crappie, and hopefully get them on film. So stay tuned, and remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing. All right, folks, got the first crappie on board here, and a little over a keeper there, at 10.5 inches. We're going to get started here and see if we can do something. All right, Mike's got one on here too, man. Got him on the top hook, didn't you, Mike?
You got him
on the top hook. Okay.
up a little bit that brush pile, put it down on the bottom.
Yeah. All right. I'll check him for keepers, and we'll be in bed. Yeah. Getting better, Mike.
Yeah.
Getting bigger. Get up. Yeah, boy. Looks good there. right.
I believe that may be a cat. No, that's a big crappie.
Big crappie. Oh, man. Yeah, boy, Mike, you've got a big one there now, son. That's a dandy. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, boy. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, boy. You done good, Mike. All right, Mike. I believe you got maybe the wrong species there now, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a throwback there for sure.
Yeah, I believe it is. All right. Yeah, I got one on here, Mike. Yeah,
Keeper?
believe it'd be a keeper. Sure do. All righty. And a boy. Get me in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I believe that'd work, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one up here, Mike. Got the camera up in one hand. Crappie, none. That's a pretty nice crappie right there. Like to have about 20 more of them right there. Be a pretty good mess. All right, well, I'll get him in the box. We'll try to get another one. Hey, folks, it's been a slow afternoon down here today, and Mike and I think we got 9 pretty good crappie, and only caught 2 non-keepers, but it's been a slow bite, really has. The temperature hadn't warmed up much, and the current pretty rough out on the main channel, still pulling water pretty hard, so and colored water I think might have had a little effect on them, but just a real slow bite. I mean, they just really you just barely did get the weight up on your rod tip and to get a bite out there today. So we'll show what film we got and Thursday night, and hope to see y'all then. Remember the sponsors, and yeah, it's been a cold day, so let's go fishing. See you. All right, folks, there you saw it. It wasn't much, but Mike, what 2 weeks ago, a week ago, Sunday, 22, I think 22 there one day, 23 the day before, good keeper crappie. And what was the deal?
I think it had to be the stained water. I mean, it was a little bit murky, and current was pulling real hard out on the channel. It's hard to keep your bait in there where you needed to keep it, and I think the murky water was the biggest thing. I think the colder the temperature gets, the better they'll bite, but that water cools on down. But it had to be that stained water is the only thing I could figure.
I'll have to agree with you. I think that was a lot of it, and the temperature went from 53 degrees to 45 degrees. Yeah. The surface temperature, and all that rain we had the week before last filled the lake up, and they were drawing it down and pulling it pretty hard. So the bite was real slow, and the thing that I noticed there, if you picked your rod tip up much off the bottom, once you got the weight off the bottom, you just kind of had to let it sit there, because if you kept getting that thing on up off the bottom a little bit, you just didn't get a bite at all hardly. So that was the big thing that I saw, and we were catching them 22.
Yeah, 22, 25 right in there.
Yeah, in that range right there around the structure, folks. We Mike's got those side scan and down scan depth finders, and so he's located some structure, and we just 2 or 3 places there, and we fished several places, never got a bite.
Never got a bite.
Yeah.
Out in the current mostly.
Right, yeah.
Like that, where you didn't even get a strike, but it was just dragging your bait down the river so fast, and I had a 3/4 ounce sinker, and it still just swooped you off so fast.
Yeah, I think that was there was no doubt there was fish there, because we seen them on the depth finder, but we just wasn't. We'd probably had to have an 1.5 ounce sinker to put her bait there and hold it still, enough to to get a bite in those conditions. But I'm like Mike, it's not only going to get better, and you know, I'm off all next week. Mike, what about you?
I think I got to work every day.
You got to work every day. Well, me and Wesley sure will be thinking about you while we're catching.
I figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's yeah. So, well, folks, yeah, we're going to have some fishing film next week, and we'll be on next Thursday night, and that's right after Christmas, and then we turn right around the following week, our first week of January. We'll be on that week, that Thursday night, which will be right after New Year's. So we had my boss had scheduled us off to come back to work on January the 2nd, but then they changed that up. We got to go in the 30th and 31st off for New Year's and all. But anyway, all next week, Mike, I'm going to be off, so I hope everything works out where it wouldn't bother me to fish about 4 days that week.
Yeah, I'd like to do that myself.
Yeah, and so we can get some fish film. We're just we don't have any film for these people to see, and so I'm going to put the helmet back on and free my hands up and try to get some fishing film, whether it be crappie or bass or whatever. Plus, there's a couple of tournaments going on. There's we'll get in. Let's see. Well, let me go ahead and announce that right now while we're talking about tournaments. And December the 28th, you got at Watts Bar Dam, that's a Heartland going on. Then on December the 28th, there at Caney Creek, you got Mike Ellis's group, Division 26, coming out of Caney Creek on Saturday the 28th. And then you flip over here, and let's see, at Tom Fuller Park. Their next one is January the 11th. But then you go to Norris on Point 19, Division 31 up there with George Carroll. He's got one on December the 28th. So, Mike, you can go to the dam and fish, or you can go to Caney Creek and fish, or you can go to Point 19 and fish.
Point 19 sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Point 19 sounds pretty good. It's about time for them fish to get right up there, and I think the other day when we were up there a couple of weeks ago, the water temperature was just too warm. They were still in there on the bank, and we was fishing out deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, we just wasn't in the zone where they were at. So, but that water gets in down there in the mid-40s, they'll be out there where we want to catch them.
Yeah, that's
so,
for sure.
Yeah, we won't have to. That way, we don't have to try to force feed them. They'll be there to bite. But that's kind of the tournament schedule going on. So you can maybe we can get some fishing film there next week, Mike, and have some to show for these folks. Herschel, what's next on the agenda?
Your East Tennessee Fishing Show.
All right, let's do that.
The camera.
I want you to look at the camera. Hey, folks, I'm here with Sheila Bunch, and Sheila is the promoter of the East Tennessee Fishing Show that's going to take place here in January. And I'm going to step back in the background, and Miss Sheila's going to tell us all about the fishing show, what she's got going on, and all that good stuff. So, Sheila, just have at it.
All right, well, first of all, I guess I need to tell everybody when it is. January the 16th through the 19th at the Jacobs Building at Jahoway Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. And that's the times you will find out on the website, which is www.easttennesseefishingshow.com. This year, we're proud to announce that we've got a whole list of pros that's coming. Jimmy Houston, Terry Scroggins,
Yes, ma'am.
Jay Ellis, Ozzie Foe, Brandon Card, Shaw Grigsby, and Mike Del Visco. And we will be doing seminars by local pros, such as Brandon Coulter and Tim Deering. Well, there are more, Ozzie Foe. There are a whole lot listed on the website, so you can find out more information. And we add to that just about daily to weekly. And let's see, we've got 3 new boat dealers, Bunch Marine, Arrowhead, and White Pine. And everybody's welcome to bring their trade-ins. All these dealers will be more than happy to walk outside to look at your boat if you're looking for a new one. And this year we have a whole lot of new vendors. We have some of the ones that were in there last year that's been coming for years, but we've got vendors that have never been in the show before that's going to be there. And this year we've actually had to add more space for the vendors. We've actually got so many vendors that in this show you can plan your whole fishing year. I mean, you can sign up for tournaments, you can find your fishing guides, you can buy all your fishing tackle, all your electronics, buy your new boat. Anything you could ask for is at this show, and you can plan your whole year. Let's see. Oh, and one of the best things about this show is we're going to be giving away a boat. We're going to, only thing you have to do is come, pay to get in, and the ticket you get at the door, you will take it and register. So if you come all 4 days, you can register 4 different times. If you want to buy 6 tickets, you can go register 6 times. It doesn't matter. But the East Tennessee Fishing Show is January the 16th through the 19th at the Jacobs Building at Jahali Park.
And the children under 8?
Oh, yes. And the children, let's see, the admission is $8, and children can get in free under 8 years old, and all the free parking you can want.
All right, folks, there you go. The show, and Vicki, I know you have, or Sheila, you have been taking care of that for several years now, and it's gotten bigger every year.
Yeah, it's my 4th year, and I love doing it. I love the communication between me and the vendors. They are absolutely wonderful. These people are people that actually work really hard. The products that they have, you cannot buy just anywhere. You cannot go to Bass Pro Shop. I shouldn't have said that, but
Okay.
We'll
bleep that. Go ahead.
You cannot buy these products any place except the East Tennessee Fishing Show.
I don't know that I've missed maybe 1 or 2 since that thing's been going on, and it's a delight for me to get over there. Also, you know, everybody's kind of got cabin fever, Sheila, and you've got a big. This is a premier show in this area, and
yes.
So I'm looking forward to it and can't wait.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve, you need to look at that.
Oh, all right, folks. That was some good information there from Miss Sheila. That's a premier event over there for this area in January, and she pretty well explained it. You give a boat away, buy chances on the boat, Mike. You get one chance whenever you go in the door there, so it's a big thing, and that means spring's not too far around the corner.
It does, and that show's getting bigger every year. It about dwindled away there at one time, and then they started coming back. It's getting better every year too.
Yeah, and got a lot of vendors. She said, and some she didn't mention. Some of they've got the kayakers. These kayak fishermen. They're going to have some kayaks over there. Got a dealer that's bringing up some kayaks. So for the ponds and the backwaters and that kind of thing, and in these creeks or whatever, even out on the lake, whatever you want to do. But they're going to have some of that's going to be away this year. So we're just waiting for that thing to get started. Another thing I wanted to mention, last week I had Brandon Coulter on the show with me, and he was talking about a lot of good things. I've had some good response from Brandon being on the show with me. The high school bass clubs, he mentioned he needs some contact information. Mm-hmm. So if you know of or involved in any of that at these high schools that's got the fishing clubs, you need to give Brandon a call because he's got those little armbands, bracelet type deals, you know, that they will get you if you're a member in your high school, local high school bass club, that get you in the show free over there. So I'm gonna give y'all Brandon's number. But if you're the person of contact, or you know who the you know, if you know who your contact person is that he can get a hold of, have them to call him at 865-740-2627, and get that, you know, person in contact with Brandon, and he can make arrangements to get you all your arm bracelets to get in over there. So don't want to forget that for sure.
Give him that number again.
The number again is 865-740-2627, and that's Brandon's cell number, and I'm sure he answered about any time it rings. So we need to follow up on that. He asked for that last week, and I told him I'd help him out all I could. So, but he does need that information to follow up on his deal there with the high school bass clubs. Photo of the month. I met with Eli Copeland, won the photo for last month and for November, and I met with his grandpa this afternoon in Harriman, and gave him Eli's shirt, and he's going down there in the morning to have Christmas with them. They live in Nashville, and Eli caught that bass on Watts Bar Mike there in November, and he caught it well, real close to the Kingston steam plant, he said. And so you know, saw the fish breaking in minnows, and they were crappie fishing, is what his grandpa told me, and he got in the tackle box and tied on something and threw out there, and first cast he made, a 6-pounder hit it. So I was in there chasing shad, chasing minnows. So it's good to have Eli seen that, but I'm, you know, I haven't got a email or a photo so far this month. See, we've got just about a week and a half left. So if you want to get a free T-shirt, Let's Go Fishing shirt, get me a photo and in here before the first of the month, and we'll try to get you hooked up and get you a shirt. But as of right now, I haven't received anything, and I know there's people catching fish, but I just hadn't seen anything of that. And then there's the our shows. I think there's probably maybe 7 or 8 episodes, maybe 3 in October, 4 in November, and 1 or 2 for this month is on YouTube. And all you got to do, and I want you to tell your friends about that don't have the cable, that they can go to the YouTube and watch the fishing show. It's Let's Go Fishing, with Steve Cox, and then it's got the dates of the episodes down there that you click on that and you can watch them. So it's being put up, posted. Herschel's posting those up a day or 2 days after we do a show. He gets it on there, so they can back up there for a month or so, 6 or 8 episodes, and pick up on where we're at now, and so pass the word along with that. We also got the streaming the show live. I've got some of my relatives are watching the show on their smartphones and on their computers right now. So that's another possibility. So like I talked to Paul Goddard this afternoon down there. He says he runs into people all the time, didn't know we even had a fishing show on. And so we got to get the word out, folks. We got to get people watching the show and getting people calling in and telling us what they want to see and that kind of thing. And hope to have Glenn Reynolds over here. Probably I won't get him next week, but maybe the week after, because there were several. He done an excellent job over here, and I had a lot of comments on what we talked about, and you know, it's just learning. You know, he's got a lot of knowledge there, Glenn has, and we can pass that along to everybody else. And then there's, like I said, there's several things, Mike, that we didn't get to talk about that he brought over here to show the folks that we ran out of time.
That's right. Sure did.
So it was real good. So I plan on having him back here in a few weeks and go over some things, you know, some more things with that, with him and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, Herschel. Well, we got the YouTube thing. Well, Mike, we forgot about the tackle box tip tonight. What was it going to be?
Well, Jim was telling us about the toothpick deal there.
Yeah, we didn't bring any baits or no keepers to experiment with.
No, we didn't.
No. So we'll have to do that next week, and it's a little tip there. You guys you fishermen all know the bait keepers and how hard they are. Well, they're using them a whole lot on the Alabama rigs. You're allowed, you know, if you're fishing a 5-wire, you're allowed 3 hooks and 2 dummies. Well, to keep those dummies on there, we have a little old corkscrew thing that we call them bait keepers, and they're kind of aggravating to get on your dummy baits, ain't they, Mike?
Yeah, to get it straight.
To get it straight and that kind of thing. So, you know, you want it straight so it doesn't come through the water twisting, and want it to look natural and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that. We'll have everything gathered up for that next week, and have that on next week's show for sure. And because it is a good little tip, it'll help you about rigging those baits up and that kind of thing. So, Mike, I'm going to make a note of that for sure. The bait keepers for next week.
Yep. Okay?
So don't let us forget it. And we'll have to bring some baits and some keepers and an extra toothpick or 2. Talked to a boy at work today, and he really enjoyed the tip we gave last week on the electrical tape on the reel seat.
Oh, guarantee.
Yeah, he said, you know, he said, I've run into that 2 or 3 times. And, you know, we just kind of feel that. Showed y'all there last week on how to wrap that electrical tape around that reel seat. Doesn't take but a minute, but it serves a purpose and works well. And a lot of times you run into these low-profile reels.
Yep.
Don't take up the space that the old can reels do, and you throw one of them on your rod, and you can't, you know, it's out of the threads before it tightens up. So that's a good little deal right there to fix that situation. Another thing I was going to talk about, and this doesn't work well for you bank fishermen, but you know what, us the guys with the boats, we're awful particular about our props, and you know, I check mine just every trip or 2, and especially to make sure that it's not nicked up or whatever. Well, I'll tell you something I also do is check my trolling motor prop. You know, that's the first thing that hits the bottom, Mike, when you go get your bait under.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's the first thing that hits the bottom, because it's deeper than the keel of the boat, and you're going in there on the bank to get your bait undone, and that thing's hitting tree limbs and rocks and everything else. Well, it gets dinged up, and it just you know, it's like a dull knife and a sharp knife. You keep that blade on that thing, keep the nicks out of it, and it tuned up pretty good, it performs better. And the biggest thing that I like to do about it is the reason keeping it filed off and keeping it, it's made out of carbon. Those props are carbon fiber stuff, and so I take a file, and the one reason to do this is every now and then there's a fish gets running around that trolling motor, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
and I like to keep that prop smooth so that line, you know, doesn't have anything to hang on and him to break my line. You know what I mean? They will get tangled up around the trolling motor occasionally, and so I keep my trolling motor prop just as good as I do my big engine prop. Kind of keep the nicks knocked off of it, and this, that, and the other, because you know, I want that big engine to perform good, and then I want my trolling motor, and then I also want that thing to may save me from getting a fish broke off.
No doubt. The main thing is pull them nuts off and look for fishing line behind your prop and your trolling motor prop, because it gets a lot behind it too. Cut your seals out and mess your motor up, or your foot of your big motor. You need to do that, and then make sure them nuts is tight when you put them back on, because we have lost a big prop, and then at times we lost the trolling motor prop.
Yeah. Let's see. What time of year was that? I know it's cold weather. Anyway, Brad Lockett and Mike and I went to Watts Bar at Kingston City Park, and the water had dropped, so I know it was probably the second, third week of November.
Mm-hmm.
We were going night fishing, and so we went down to Kingston, and man, hey, we had a heck of a trip there till about 2 o'clock that morning. We caught 2 or 3 nice bass. I mean, we had a couple there, one over 7 pounds, and a couple more in the 6 range, and we were flipping it. You know, we were right up on the bank flipping, and we just point hopped and drop offs and this, that, and the other. Well, got down there at Thief Neck. We fished all the way, just hit spots here and there from Kingston all the way to Thief Neck Island. Went through the cut, stopped there at the flashing light, and matter of fact, I think we caught a smallmouth about 4 pounds off that flashing. Yeah. So we said, hey, let's bump on down here to that next point, and we idled down the bank, and I was idling us down the bank there, and a little fast idling, I pulled my engine in reverse and to stop the boat. Well, we got on the trolling motor and progressed down the bank, and we got ready to move, and I sat down there and cranked the engine up, put it in gear, and it wouldn't go anywhere. And I said, what's wrong? I shifted back into neutral, back into forward, still wouldn't move, rev up and everything. So we trimmed the motor up, and the prop was gone. I mean, you know, there we sat. So we pulled into the bank, and I think we pulled up on the bank with the trolling motor, and we laid there and trying to figure out what to do, and wound up taking a nap and this, that, and the other, and like to froze to death. And got up at daylight while Mike walked up the bank there and got on the telephone, and I forgot who.
Dad.
Yeah, called my dad. He come down there and got one of us and took us up there to Kingston to get my truck and trailer, and then drove back down. So we got home that day about 10 o'clock the next day. But, yeah, you want to check those nuts on your prop, I guarantee you. And, Mike, one other thing you want to do is be careful when you pull that trolling motor prop off out on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
Drop that pin.
you drop the pin, drop the nut in, you're done, unless you've got a spare. And because there's a little old pin in there. It goes through the shaft and fits in the groove on the back side of those props, and when it's gone, you know, you like I say, you as well go home. Your trip's gone unless you got a spare. Yeah. So you want to be careful about that. But you want to check that kind of stuff at home before you leave.
Before you leave.
Yeah.
Time to do it right now.
Yeah, it is. And occasionally you need to pull that prop off your trolling motor and your big engine and look for fishing line and that kind of thing, because they do cause you a lot of trouble. Herschel, give us a little break here and I'll get a drink of water.
All right, give me just a second. I gotta get this camera turned back on.
Okay, no problem. That's no problem. Just whenever you get ready, we'll keep talking, and then we'll come back and turn the box off.
Lost that trolling motor prop down there in front of Eagle Lodge. We idled across there at
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. I kept telling you, pull the boat around, pull the boat around.
Right.
wind blowing us around, you didn't have no problem.
That's right. Well,
You guys are ready, I am.
okay, buddy. Take us to the break there, Hersh. Hey folks, I'm here at Tim's Tire, and well, looks like Tim's got stocked up for bad weather. So if you've got any need for some tires, you know, weather conditions have changed, and some slick mornings coming up. We've already had a few, so if you need tires on your vehicle, come down here at Tim's Tire, call them on the phone, price shop them, whatever you got to do, and they're stacked up here to the ceiling, you know. So if you need the tires, come down here and see Tim, call him on the phone, whatever you need to do, and give him a chance to earn your business. I don't think you'll beat him anywhere else in the country, just tell you the truth about it. So come down here and give him a chance to sell you some tires. Brakes on your vehicle, they do that also. So and they got service calls, road trucks. If you break down on the road, have a flat or something, call Tim's down here, and they'll see if they can get you a truck and help you out, get your tire fixed or whatever it might be. So stand by just a second. We got another little addition to add on down here to go along with the tires. Hey folks, I'm here with Tim at the tire shop, and he's got a cabinet full of helmets here, and I mean beautiful helmets, and he's trying to get rid of them. All kids, adult, some with visors, some without. If you could just you know, get a little glimpse of that. If you're in the market for a good Christmas present, I think you might. If you don't need tires, come on down here and look at these helmets. They are awful nice. They're beautiful. I don't know, probably 6 or 8 different shapes. I don't know how you know, for the 4-wheeler, and you bass fishermen, you know how cold weather we have to have a helmet also. So if you're looking for a helmet, you need to get down here, and if you don't need tires, come on down, look at these helmets Tim's got, and I think you'll find one that's going to work for you. So remember the show, remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. All right, folks, there you go. Also, there was a cabinet there next to the helmets that was full of tubes, Mike. Motorcycle tubes, 4-wheeler tubes. I thought all those tires were tubeless, you know, on the 4-wheelers and stuff, but they tell me they got tubes for them, and anyway, he's got that kind of stuff sitting there too. So if you want to, you know, looking for a helmet or tubes for your 4-wheelers or motorcycle, he had a shelf or a cabinet full of those things there, and said he had more coming. So but those helmets were nice. They you know, he's I didn't even ask him about the price on them. You know, like I said, they were beautiful, and just all kinds of styles and colors and everything in the world. So if you're looking for a helmet for 4-wheeling or bass fishing or whatever, boat running, whatever, bicycle, I think there's some bicycle helmets there. Just stop by down there and check it out. You know, can't beat a deal like that. I tell you, if he's as good on the helmets as he is his tire prices, you won't beat it.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Without a doubt. The phones are on, and we'll see if we get a call or two here. Mike, while we're waiting on that, I'll run over a couple of more little things here with my sponsors and get all that taken care of while we're waiting on the phones to get up here. Bunch Marine. They got, you know, like I told y'all last week, they got a bunch of stuff on sale, marked down, clearance price, clearance sale, whatever you want to call it. Leftover items, you know, depth finders, trolling motors, onboard chargers, and a lot of miscellaneous stuff, that kind of thing. So if you're in the market for any of that stuff, want to upgrade, you know, get you upgrade your depth finder, anything like that, go by down there and check with them on that stuff and see what they got. Same way with trolling motors, you know. So all that good stuff. All right, we got a call here. Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve Cox.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Buddy, I'm doing just fine. Happy Merry Christmas to both you and Mike
Well,
and your whole family.
the same to you and your family too, Mike.
It's hard to believe, buddy. Another year's gone by.
It is. It really is, Mike. It sure is. It seems like it's flew by, really.
When's your first anniversary of having the show?
Be the first Thursday in February.
First Thursday in February. My goodness, it has flown by, buddy.
Yeah.
I've watched most all of them. Last week, you had Brandon Coulter on there, and I had a problem again with audio of the show, and hardly got to hear anything. Every time he'd want to say something important, you know, my audio would go off, you know, and I just hated that. But that's the reason you didn't hear from me last Thursday. I didn't know if you were talking to callers or didn't know if y'all were talking about something else, so I just didn't call last week, and I wish I had, because I'd sure like to talk to Brandon. And he knew too, of course, but you know, he's somebody that, local fisherman that's probably known nationally better than he's known locally, if
Right.
it's known on that. And I hate that I didn't get to hear what he had to say. But the main thing is, I just wanted to wish y'all a Merry Christmas and urge everybody to go by your sponsors when they're needing something. And I don't get out much myself, but if I never need anything, I'll send my wife there to pick it up.
I hear that, Mike. That sounds good, and I appreciate you calling in and wishing us happy holidays. And like I said, same to you and your family.
So you will be on next Thursday, the 26th, then, right?
Right. Yeah. I've got to have some fishing film, or these people's going to run me out of town. Fishing show without fishing film. I tell you what, that's bad.
Well, I'll certainly tune in, because I'm sure I'll be full enough after the Christmas dinner and everything, and I'll be laying here on the couch and I'll be tuned in. I just hope I can get audio. I've asked for a printer for Christmas, Santa Claus, but I'm not sure that he's going to bring me a new computer. This one's not old enough yet, but there's some reason I'm not getting audio. When I was over there in South Carolina, you know, a week before last, I got your show just fine.
Right.
And I come back home and I'm losing audio again. But tonight's been pretty good. I've only lost it a couple times, just for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe things will work out. But
All
anyway,
right.
Merry Christmas to you guys, and got a good show, and I look forward to 2014 watching you.
All right, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, happy holidays, guys.
Okay, buddy. You too. All right. It's always good to hear from Mike. He's been here where I'm at, Mike, and he knows you know what it's like. So,
Yeah.
The guy told me this afternoon. He said, "Man, you have to rush. You can just get off work here at 5:30." I said, "Yeah, I got to stay at it. You know, you don't have much time to drag around. You got to get ready to go. But that's part of it. That's the way we do, and I like it. So just hope we can continue on for sure." Right quick, before we're waiting on another call, Mountain Pizza, they're still having their karaoke on Saturday nights, and they've got Ryan Roberts is going to be there this Saturday night to do some singing for them. So if you folks want to get by down there and have some good food and some entertainment, be a good thing to do on Saturday night. there. I think it starts at 7 o'clock on the karaoke thing, and it may even be earlier. But anyway, that's going on this Saturday night. Ryan Roberts down there, and they're going to continue with the $4.99 pizzas and that kind of thing. So may give you a break from all the Christmas shopping, that kind of thing. So get down there to those folks and get that took care of. A couple other things. The sign shop down in Harriman. They fixed up a vest for you the other day, Mike, and everybody's wanting to know where you got it, where you bought it at, and this, that, and the other, and safety vest, and I think Amy done that there at the sign shop, and so all them guys are wanting to know where how to get one. So need to remember that. Anything you need in the sign business, go by down there in the sign shop there in Harriman and give Amy and Adrian a chance to get your business and fix you up whatever you might need. Let's see, Citizens First Bank. The other week I showed Billy Rice. Great bunch of people. I've been to 4 of their 5 branches. I haven't been to Oneida, and it just they just as friendly and helpful as they can be. Remember Citizens First Bank. If you need any banking needs, go by and see those folks and give them a chance to help you. They're nice people. Knox Area Rescue Ministries, and Susan Winfro. It's that group of people over there is always into helping, and so any way you can help those folks, please do, and don't forget them. They do a lot of things. Fixing meals and feeding people every day and that kind of thing. It's not just a Christmas thing with them. It's a yearly adventure. So if you can help them in any way, like I said, please do so for sure. Reynolds Racing and Marine. Glenn's got a world of knowledge. He proved that over here the other night, a few weeks ago on the show. If you've got any technical questions or want to trade boats or whatever, remember Reynolds Racing and Marine there in Harriman. I've been in the store there and phone calls all the time, people calling from everywhere, asking him questions about this, that, and everything else, like I said, he's got a world of knowledge in that head of his. So on this stuff, that guy don't win these speed races, Mike.
Sure don't.
Trophies sitting around everywhere, but not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's the proof in it right there. But anyway, that's an old C&D Printing up there, Clinton, Charlie Lane. Go by and let Charlie take care of your printing needs. Like I said, he helped me out there a few months back, and I told him I'd mention his business on the show and that kind of thing. So go by and see them if you've got any printing needs that you need done, and hopefully he can help you up there in the Clinton area for sure. All right, Mike. I think I've mentioned everything, but folks, you high school basketball players, man, don't forget this. You're missing a good opportunity here. Get your contact in touch with Brandon Coulter, and get that done. Because it's going to be January the 16th before you know it, Mike.
Guaranteed.
Time I fish 4 days while you're working, and then the next week,
I know you'll rub that in.
Yeah, I'm going. I promise you I'm going to if I get a chance. Well, we got to catch some fish. I don't know. And if that water temperature gets back, I've got that gentleman's name that called over here a couple of months ago. I've got to get him hooked up to go over below Loudon Dam.
That'd be a good trip.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it ought to be getting close with all that. Then it was a cold rain we got 2 weeks ago, and that's why that water temperature's dropped like it has. So they ought to be churning that water out over there at Loudon. I don't know what I'm sure it's going to be probably in the mid-40s over there coming out of the dam. So maybe he and I can get hooked up here, and maybe one day next week we'll go over there and do that below the dam there. And I know what he's wanting to do, and shoot, that's fine with me. Catch anything and everything. Fish are just sitting there waiting on bait to come by, and you come down through there jigging that spoon, man, they're going to get it. So, like you said, you don't know what you're going to catch, but you're going to catch a lot of it. So that's a big thing.
3 minutes.
So let's see. Folks, don't forget about the YouTube. And I told you earlier we're going to have a show there. We'll be on next week, and hopefully we'll have some good fishing film. It may be crappie and it may be bass. And then the following week after New Year's, we'll be on again. We thought we were going to have a rerun there after New Year's, but the way it's worked out, Herschel can be here. So, yeah, we're going to do the show and that kind of thing. So remember the sponsors and you know, support them all you can, and remind them about the Let's Go Fishing show. You folks going up to Edgemore Outdoors, you know, Jim's got some discounts there on a lot of good stuff, and if you mention the show, you can get even more than what he's posted up. So make sure you do that. And Jim, I figured you'd be calling in, but he's been working late at the store, and he told me, he said, man, the other night I was going to watch it, and said, next thing I know, I was in the chair asleep. So I said, Jim, don't feel bad. So we'll let you go. We'll let you go this one time. But do remember the sponsors, and you, like I said, you folks on if you know who the contact person is for the high school bass clubs, give Brandon Coulter a call, or give them a call and have them call him so they can get these guys their bracelets and keep that thing going. Want to wish you all, from me and Mike and our families, I want to say a big thank you, and wish you all a safe and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, for sure. And we hope to get some fishing film here next week, and maybe that's all we'll have, Mike.
Yeah.
I'd like to catch a bunch of them. Right quick, I went up there last January,
30 seconds.
this past January, and back in January, and had caught 39 smallmouth, and I didn't get there till 5 minutes after 9. I left it dark. Had 39 smallmouth. Not every one of them keepers, but a lot of them. So, folks, God bless you. See you next week. Have a safe and Merry Christmas.